tonight. How's it going?
Oh man, it couldn't be going any better, boss. We're back with the Season 19 Rocket League for RSC, a master matchup to kick us off. Match day 1, week 1, game 1 on stream. We have the Speed Demons and Minty Fresh representing us tonight with the Stagnant Snails and the Glacier Mint. We've got some nice last season stats on the screen right now because this is match day 1 and there's no other stats to pull yet, so you get to look at the ones from last season. Not super indicative of what they're going to look like tonight, but if I scroll fast enough, I might just be able to find the preseason standings, and I can talk about those for a second while we get our players in the lobby here. We currently match day 1 in Master. Boss, talk, go.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I should have had that meme where it's the guy not facing the screen, not ready to be live on the news. That was me, and I'm totally 110%.
That's
which
totally
is great.
Fair. That's why
because
I'm
here. I'm like randomly messaging both the captains, like, "Hey guys,
no, I knew." When you said, "Hey HUD, how are you doing?" I was like, "Boss needs to message the captains right now." So I'm going to talk about something.
I didn't. I was more so just caught off guard, forgot where I was, forgot we're going live, and realized that maybe Chips and Geherpaderp might want to check their DMs.
They might want to. These teams, they're both 4-8 coming out of the preseason. They 4-8 over the course of their preseason. Both actually with identical records: 2-2, 1-3, and 1-3 over the course of our preseason so far, or our preseason to this point. Now, match day 1, obviously, all of that other stuff doesn't matter quite as much. What does matter is that they're starting to join the lobby, which is very, very exciting. Can we take a look at the rosters, Doughboy? I know there's the stats aren't going to look right, but the players on them are correct. Get them
Man,
up.
I know that at least for tonight, who we're going to be seeing out of the Stagnant Snails, we're going to be seeing a kind of pretty much the same roster we saw last season. We'll be seeing Chips, Moose, and Skullsy. A team that has played pretty successfully over the last couple of seasons. In Elite, they were a great team. Last season, they really weren't any slouch. They were all 3 tier mins for Master, or at least really close. It was the cheapest Master team we've ever seen in RSC, and quite frankly, they at least played better. They weren't bottom of the tier. So this season could be really solid for them. Spent a lot of time in the offseason playing together, getting some games in, keeping that chem strong, and then just getting better and growing as a team. So we'll see if this Stagnant Snails team is going to be a true Master team this season.
Well, with a Dead Moose on the roster, you're always going to be competitive. That is not really up for debate. He's got too many trophies next to his name, but he's now up here in Master, barking with the big dogs this season, and then facing off against them in the orange tonight, Geherpaderp, Rocket, Frenchie, and Divino, representing the Glacier Mint. And we've got all 6 players in the lobby, boss, and we're about ready to get this thing going.
I think this is the right time to let these teams know that we are good to go. Kick off Season 19 with a fantastic matchup. I am typing right now. Let's get this party started.
3 Rocket League producers all type join at the same time. Don't worry, I erased mine before I hit enter.
All right, there's a good stretch. Got to get the stretch going, get the blood pumping right before you get kickoff. That's the way to do it. Flyby goes by, Dead Moose wins the kickoff, and that's going to shove it back into the control of TunZ. TunZ, ready to take the season by the reins and hopefully establish a really good series here. This orange team is in an awkward spot. Oh my! HUD, I thought 15 seconds in, we were going to see an own goal.
Shades of my Pittsburgh Penguins scoring on themselves on the delayed change last week, but the difference here is there wasn't an own goal, and TunZ will take it down the other way. And what I have to say is a very clean Skyline preset there. I'm not biased, but what a great turnaround there. Almost disaster to pay dirt for the Glacier Mint.
Well, in Geherpaderp's bump there, the bump into the pool touch off the backboard, really set up his teammate, TunZ, in a way that you almost can't even predict, especially not with that kind of shot. TunZ was bumped, still has a chance to put it on target. Chips gets the pop. Geherpaderp plays, tries to play it slow and play it smart, but he can't get there, so TunZ is going to have to clear this away. Skullzy keeping pace. Shoots forward. Rumble unable to push it away. Chips gets the pass center. That bounces into a viable option, but Dead Moose plays it a little cautious. Sits back. Instead, Chips pass. Dead Moose equalizer. 1 minute gone, and HUD, my man, that's a solid team play.
A dead shark, more like, lurking here inside the box, just is right on the end of the drop down pass from Chips. No doubter there, wide open goal for Dead Moose, and he is showing that he can in fact swim with these big fishes here. I don't know why we're going with the fish analogy when there's no fish to be seen in this lobby, but we're going to stick with it as Dead Moose gets a nice flick up and over the top here. 2-1 quick swing for the Stagnant Snails.
My man, that is... He's a competitor. We've seen it every tier. We've seen it in Vet, a couple times in Elite here. Those trophies just keep stacking, and he keeps proving why he's earned them. That aggression, that 50 just paid off so well. And even though they started 1-0 down, now being up 2-1, there's a little less pressure on their shoulders for sure. I mean, they can maybe take some slower plays and maybe play the way they'd like to instead of being forced into some opportunities they might not normally press for.
Yeah, and they're going to have a good opportunity down the other way here for a comeback for the Glacier Mint. 2 off, Rumble and Geherpaderp both going for it. It's a full commit the other way. TunZ and Dead Moose stalemate there, and it'll be enough for Skullzy to just clear it towards the corner. Chips scoots underneath. Will have a little bit of time and space, fakes underneath one, gets the pinch favorably away from Rumble, and finally there'll be an opportunity to breathe, but only for a moment. And man, maybe they shouldn't have taken that breath, because TunZ is just going to dunk this one straight back in. You were talking about aggression from Dead Moose, boss, but TunZ just with that huge send to get the pinch right back in. A great equalizer.
Hey, that's one way to do it. Keep the pressure on and hopefully watch your opponents crumble. Here, Chips already going to be coming off the ceiling, looking for that redirect touch. Instead, TunZ clears this away. This is going to be high off the backboard, and Moose is in an awkward situation, but with no shooters, he can put this into the corner. Oh, a mistouch. Moose able to press the counterattack. This is already into a very viable option for the Stagnant Snails. Yeah, great demo. You love to see the big body danger. Sorry. Almost lost it as Skullzy, almost shoved it, but the block coming in clutch keeps this 2-2.
You know what they say, forecheck, backcheck, paycheck. Right now it's all forecheck for the Stagnant Snails, is staying in the face of the Glacier Mint, not allowing them to get out of their zone with any kind of breathing room. A pass across the middle from Chips there, met by Rumble. Geherpaderp is going to have next touch. It throws it up towards Rumble, not enough boost. He'll back out, and Skullzy gets the momentary clear. TunZ so lethal here on the sidewall. Has that pass picked off by Chips, and Skullzy's lurking downfield on the jailbreak. Stagnant Snails swing it right back, 3-2.
My man, that is one heck of a way to exploit the open field. Let your man just kind of cast out there a little further, take the line down, and just extend the field being used. And yeah, he was able to clear it away to his teammate, and beautiful shot. We'll see how this kind of react, or these teams kind of react to that goal here. Chips able to win the 50, getting it past. No, Rumble's able to stop, turn, and take control of it. The 50, another 50. Both these teams are sending everything for the commitment in the center, meeting each other up high. I mean, Moose, HUD, I can't really believe what I'm seeing, the amount of aggression that's coming out of these two teams so early in the season.
Hey, it's master, man. You got to be locked in. There's just no space for any kind of errors at this game speed as we get 2 going on the backboard. That pass is going to be laid out for Skullzy, but TunZ has a good save off the backboard. But yeah, you can't leave any space, and it's both teams have been doing a pretty good job getting up and denying those lanes, but Stagnant Snails just able to capitalize on the mistakes that have been coming out a little bit better, as Dead Moose almost has a insurance goal go in there. 60 seconds left here in game 1, boss.
60 seconds for sure, and Glacier Mint playing on their back third is definitely not ideal, or not the location you'd want to be in the back minute. Oh, the bump. Geherpaderp can walk this in. Oh, my. Rumble clears the path. Looking like a strong left tackle as he just shoves Moose to the sidewall. Geherpaderp able to take the most open net of the season so far, by far. HUD, that's a big body play. Just shoving your opponent out of the way and saying, we need this goal. We're getting it now.
Live by the high line, die by the high line, and that is definitely coming back to bite Stagnant Snails a little bit, and it's an opportunity. Door open for Glacier Mint here. 34 seconds left in game one to take the first game on stream of season 19. Rumble's going to have the chip pass here. Skullsy first on it. A second touch to the backboard. Maybe an opportunity, but TunZ just able to get back on the re-angle. It's a great bump on the way out, but it just won't fall for the Stagnant Snails. 10 seconds left here in game one. It's coming out over midfield. Skullsy will take it away. Dead Moose gathers himself in the right corner. TunZ fakes the first challenge. It'll be Rumble's ball now. Skullsy drops it down, and chips will be up. Maybe one more look, or maybe an overtime finish. TunZ almost gets there, but we've got OT in game one.
What a great play by Chips to just send it, get up, elevate quickly, and just trying to stop the contest. Now we're at overtime. We're going to see Skullsy win that 50. That's dropping down, but Geherpaderp can't take control, and instead we've got a center. Chips putting it off the corner. It's center. TunZ clears it away. I didn't even see Skullsy. I thought he was a lot closer, and instead, with no follow, no shooter, we're going to see that ball drop. 30 seconds have already passed, and quite frankly, neither team is really establishing the best offensive opportunities. They're both playing very cautious.
Yeah, both teams rotating too full all the way back, just making sure everything is covered off. Nothing's going to go the way that we saw earlier for the equalizer. Instead, it's a worldie from the ceiling from the captain. Chips lasers this one in, and it's a game one W for the Stagnant Snails.
Hey, that's the way to start your season off the right way. A win early on. Like, obviously, we've got a lot of games left to be played. 63 in total for these two teams after this. But for tonight, I mean, that's one way to start it, HUD. Open it up. Start off 12 shots. Oh, my God.
Yeah, 12 shots to 10. So it's not even like it was a one side of the fair there. This was just a shootout to start us off, and what a way to kick it off. A collective 11 saves as well. So lots of really great offense and defense from both sides. I don't know who's going to take this one quite yet, boss, but what I do know is that gambling is up, so all of the people in the chat can tell us who they think is going to win the next game.
Man, I lost 40,000 points at the back end of last season to gambling.
Gambling's bad, kids. Don't do it.
I just went and dumped all my points as well. It's okay.
You should have dumped them on the team that won. You would have won them all back.
Nope. There's a reason why it's called a problem, HUD. There's a reason why it's called a problem.
I'm quite happy with my 43,000 RSC points.
43,000.
I can't vote in the polls because I run them, dude. If I vote in them, somebody else has to close them out. They get broken.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, I just banked.
Looks like we're going to see the same teams. Sorry to cut you off there. We're going to see the same teams. I'm out of pistachios, so we're going to be looking at a kickoff here from Rumble and Chips. We'll see. Oh, no. Chips decides not to take it. We don't see a left goes. Instead, Skullsy speed flips, makes contact, and somehow wins that. Crazy. Instead, Geherpaderp now has a shot. Chips and Moose, both double committed there. TunZ has control, elevates, looking for, no, opts not to take the redirect, instead goes for the air carry, can't get it past one. Skullsy has a teammate to the right, Moose elevates, no! Rumble's going to push this away, and 30 seconds have already elapsed, and HUD, it's finally back on the Glacier Mint side. We're seeing shades of game one finally.
Ooh, almost shades of game one there, all the way down to the one getting whipped in from the sidewall, but Skullsy just barely has that one miss. Another drive taken away by Rumble, but yeah, I mean, this has definitely been a good start for both teams. I think Stagnant Snails have the slight push here through the first minute, even though it's 2 shots to 1 in favor of Glacier Mint, but still tied Level 0-0. Chips and a Dead Moose both thinking about that one, but it's a whiff city all around, except for that touch from Skullzy. Then Rumble with the 50. Dead Moose pops it high. TunZ to the backboard. Geherpaderp looking for the shot here. Will opt to go again to the backboard, and Chips quicker to it than Rumble. A clear opportunity now for Stagnant Snails to come back the other way. And it will end up off the post and almost in the back of the net. Just that close, boss. So close.
Oh my God! I thought the pinch was gonna just shove it in. The fourth defender, the post, clearing it away with such a vigor that it just instantly entered the no man's land, the dead zone, 50-50. It's crazy. Geherpaderp elevates, tries to stall, gets the second touch. So Chips is gonna look for an off the corner pass that's dropping center. Rumble elevated expertly, so fast, able to keep this alive. Rumble here again, looking for the pass center to TunZ, but it's cut out by Chips, shoved into a dead corner. Nobody's there. Tries to rush Geherpaderp, but can't get him beat, and instead Moose keeps this offensive play alive. Skullzy double touches it. It's viable. We have a chance. No, instead, we're going to see Rumble clearing it all the way across the pitch, and once again, we flipped. No goals were scored here. Never mind. Never mind.
Hey, Caster Curse 1, put it on the board.
Literally the start of the season as I'm speaking. It's so great.
Yeah, that's okay. It probably feels just as bad for Dead Moose there. He had 12 points before he made that save. Now he has 89 points, but they're down by 1. I wonder if he would trade back to going back to 12 points to take that goal back off the board. But Glacier Mint are in the driver's seat now as we get ready to cross halftime here in Game 2, and they need this to continue to go their way, boss. They had it and then lost it last game. Skullzy's going to have another one denied by the crossbar. Chips can't get the redirect, and it's going to be a jailbreak the other way. Oh, no, not like this. Glacier Mint go up 2-0.
Oh, my God. You've been there. I've been there. A lot of us have been there when you put the ball a little too high, and instead of getting the bar downski, you just get absolutely rejected. And instead of being equalized 1-1, now they're down 2-0, and yes, half the game still be played, but in Master Tier, it doesn't seem like goals just come up in abundance, bunches, you know what I mean? It seems to be one here, one there. You're not getting a lot.
No, and when you've got the fourth defender working against you, it's all that much more difficult to get them to go in. Geherpaderp's going to have a nice center ball here for Rumble. Can't get the dunk with all of his boost. It's TunZ to turn it back, and Chips makes the diving save to keep the deficit at 2, but it's got to be offense soon for the Stagnant Snails. It almost is an own goal there from TunZ. My goodness, the butthole pucker factor on that one was real, but somehow Stagnant Snails are still up 2-0, or still down 2-0.
Man, this is rough to see for sure. Skullzy gets the ball. TunZ clears it away. Geherpaderp pops it over. This is a solid pass. Rumble gets swatted away. No save was given to anybody there, and quite frankly, that should have definitely been a defender's save. That was a great touch to keep that alive. But with a minute left to be played, HUD, we're not seeing the same aggression, in my opinion, coming out of the Snails that's allowing them to really turn the tide.
No, it's not that the controlled aggression that we saw, that forecheck that we talked about in Game 1. It just hasn't had the structure that they've needed, but
there's
just
number 2.
A breath of life. That was fine. I was talking for long enough. That's not your fault. That's not a caster curse. Don't put that one on the board. Stagnant Snails get a much-needed breath of life here. 48 seconds left. Do you believe they have what it takes, Mr. Boss?
I believe any team at any given time can easily pop off for at least one goal. So we could see the Stagnant Snails here equalize it. I definitely think with the way that goal happened, that last one we just saw, with some solid team presence and a good controlled aggression like you were talking about occurring, we should potentially see an equalizer here. But if they can't keep this in the front third, it's going to be a very difficult task for sure.
Ooh, so close.
Oh my, almost got the outlet pass. Moose looking center, 15 seconds left. HUD, I don't know if it's going to happen here.
There'll be one more push here for the Stagnant Snails. 10 seconds on the clock. Dead Moose can't get it around TunZ to the blue backboard. Critical touch there from Skullzy. The 50 for Chips here. 1 towards the midfield, 0's on the clock. Rumble carries it down, and it will not touch. Here's Skullzy, all the boost in his tank, up towards Chips. Catches it out towards the middle. Opportunity here for Dead Moose, sniffed out by Rumble, and TunZ is going to throw it down the other way. That will most likely do it. It's a really dangerous spot here for Glacier Mint, but hey, a whole 0's on the second. Another opportunity there. Put down. Glacier Mint respond in game 2. They tie the series 1-1.
Well, and that's definitely the way to respond, especially when you lose the first game. Both teams now, 1 game in the series, 2 to go. You know, HUD, I'm not going to lie to you. Somebody had already asked before we started streaming, you know, like, if we have a split 2-2 tie, who do we take? And I'm going to be honest, neither team is really presenting as super dominant through these 2 games. It's going to be a real difficult task to make that decision.
Yeah, unless we see something drastically, you know, or at least a player drastically put a foot forwards, I think we've got 2 pretty even games so far. I think, you know, we had the kind of shootout slugfest of game 1, maybe just a little bit more, you know, a little bit less tenacious on the backboard defensively, just not getting out to things quite as quickly. And then that kind of leading to the higher scoring game. Defense just wasn't as good. This one, things started to get locked down a little bit more. Saw these teams really start to hit their marks, but Stagnant Snails just didn't quite have that a little bit more to push them over the edge. And I think a lot of that comes from Dead Moose really was not a factor in that game until almost the midway point. So he's definitely my lookout here in game 3 to turn this around for Stagnant Snails.
Well, you're definitely right. He's been the X factor for this team really for all of last season, and then before when he was an elite. The team kind of lives or dies by the Moose, so we'll see really what his impact's going to look like for game 3 here, as we've already got the kickoff underway. Moose, speak of the devil, gets the pressure pushed upfield. Geherpaderp gets landed on by Rumble. The Goomba Stomp already coming in. Moose looks at the pass center. Geherpaderp elevates quickly, but Skullzy's able to shove it back into the front third. TunZ, oh, can't get the touch. This is an awkward spot for them here. TunZ passes it to Skullzy. Oh. That's going to be an open shot to these slots top right. Oh, my goodness.
Right back into this super high third man. Skullzy all the way up, but puts it in the back of the net. If you're going to be up there, you've got to make sure that those end in goals, because otherwise you're left scrambling to get back to the other end. But it works out there for the moment, and Geherpaderp will be denied by Chips on the goal line there to keep it 1-0 on a rough kickoff. Rumble tries to get the punish there, but it's Skullzy this time to clear it away. And just a minute, not even a minute gone here, and the Glacier Mint are definitely not going to let Stagnant Snails just back up points on them easily, boss.
Not at all. Skullzy tries to apply the pressure, but he can't get it past the brick wall that is Glacier Mint. Instead, we're going to see Rumble tries to clear the way. TunZ can't get it over, so Skullzy's going to just have to keep playing the pressure. Awkward spot for Moose. Last man back has to take the touch. Gets it over 1. Can he get down to get the second touch? He does!
My goodness!
Hey, oh, if you don't like that, you just don't like RSC Rocket League.
Ooh, yes. Very good all the way around, and Dead Moose gets the finish to just tap it outside. I don't know if a Rumble had that on the way in, but just for good measure, Dead Moose puts the flare on the end to make it 2-0 for the Stagnant Snails. And hey, we called him out, and he's shown up here in game number 3, boss.
Oh, 100%. 2 shots already, being the man who applies the pressure. It's just been a breath of fresh air to see that aggression come back to life. And I know Moose, he's probably shouting, having a good time over there, getting those goals going in. You know what I mean? He is the life of the party for sure. But we'll see how this Glacier Mint team responds. They're down 2-0. I think this is the largest deficit they've been in so far outside. Well, no, game 1, were they down 2-0?
No, I think it was traded goals in game 1. So yeah, I think you're right. Down 2-0 is the biggest deficit for them.
It was a difficult thing to overcome for the Stagnant Snails. They couldn't do it, especially with how much these 2 teams have traded aggression early on. So we'll see I guess, HUD, can you see this Glacier Mint team with half the match remaining, equalizing and potentially taking Game 3 here?
I think it really comes down to Stagnant Snails stay on their rotations here. They've definitely got the front foot in terms of the resource game. They've just been on their toes a little bit more, up in their faces a little bit more, but all it takes is one touch here for the Glacier Mint to find a little bit of a gap in that defense and put one home. One goal game makes this one a lot more interesting. As Chips goes for that dunk in the corner. Here's Dead Moose pops one up, but Skullzy already turning around, and that's kind of the conundrum you find yourself in here as you are the Stagnant Snails. You've got to balance pushing forward, or as you are the Glacier Mint, pardon me, you got to balance pushing forward with trying to find these equalizing goals with not giving up anymore, because the last thing that you want to have happen is to have to dig this out anymore. But Stagnant Snails are going to just keep piling it on. Skullzy splits all three defenders for the easy finish to make it 3-0.
I'm not going to lie, I thought we were going to get a power of friendship pinch meme here with all three of them jumping up right in front of the goal. But with nobody making contact here, that's going to be a rough one. I don't know if you can come back from being down by 3 without your team just magically popping off for the back half of the game. Moose has control, splits the touch with TunZ, so instead this is going to be shoved down the field. Chips looking to finish maybe his own shot. No, can't get it put away. Rumble there with the read. Skullzy looks for the bump on TunZ. TunZ passes it down the Rumble. The split with Chips keeps this high and alive. Instead, we're going to see this roll down into an awkward spot here. TunZ tries to pass it center. Moose, though, the patient player on the back post, sends it out for Skullzy. He's going to put it off the backboard. Looking for Chips. No! It's cut out. And instead, with 1:05 left to go, HUD, this is still a dominant Stagnant Snails game.
Really have turned it around here, and this time it's Rumble that's struggling on the bottom of the scoreline for Glacier Mint, turning in 2 shots so far over the course of this now 4 minutes. One is going to go in from Geherpaderp, though, and it's the assist for Rumble, so I'll stop talking about how low his points are. But Glacier Mint, they've got life here. You get one, you get a kickoff goal here quickly, and all of a sudden other team may be shaking in their boots. God knows I've been on the losing end of too many losses from up 3-1 with 1.5 minutes left to really, say that this is kind of cooked, but it'll be an uphill climb for the Glacier Mint for sure.
I definitely think, it's
oh my
really
goodness. Oh, one for me. Caster curse for me.
I was going to say, I definitely think it's not over, but it's really hard to come back from something so far, and sometimes you just have to chalk it up and go, all right, no, we'll go into game 4, we'll hit the reset. But with that second goal, we've got a game back on our hands. 34 seconds is a lot of time on the clock for a lot of stuff to really occur. Skullzy is able to pop this up, but TunZ has got the read. He's still up in the air. He might be able to get a second touch. Rumble on the back foot, tries to turn, tries the back flip, and tries to get back into position, but can't. They got boost starved as well by Moose, so they're in an awkward spot here. Geherpaderp elevates. They're going to be coming off the ceiling, going for the shot. Moose gets the save and keeps this game alive in favor of the Snails, but with 2 seconds left, the ball is still up, and we might see... It's still there. I don't know if Geherpaderp has enough speed. They do. They can get the touch. Looking for the center. The 50. Bang. Sends it all the way across. And that's going to be game number 3 in the books. Moose and the Stagnant Snails are up 2-1.
What a way to end it there. A great rip off the back for Skullzy to take it, and confirmed Dead Moose screaming in his house right now.
I love it.
On-site Direwolf saying that she can hear it through her headset, so it's got to be a good time in the Moose Direwolf. Yes, absolutely. We need to get her in here for the game interview.
Run downstairs real quick. Ask him how he's feeling. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow, what a way to bounce back. Glacier Mint almost able to clutch out that comeback at the very end, but Stagnant Snails hold on. And Bas, is there a standout performer that you're expecting to see make a difference here as we head into the last game of this series?
TunZ has had a lot of opportunity but nothing's really materialized. I think going into game 4, we're going to see TunZ potentially get 2, maybe 3 goals here and kind of start exploiting the touches off the sidewall. It's been a lot more effective off the sidewall than it has been trying to just aerial over like your fast players like Chips and Skullsy, who just elevate so quickly and contest it at the high point. So I think we'll see TunZ, who's been playing on the wall, just be more effective there. They'll go for it a little more.
Gombling is up for game 4. There's like 45 seconds on it. Quick, get your votes in.
Did somebody put in 1 point for the Snails?
Hey, maybe they lost all their points in the last game. That's all they had left, boss.
You know what? I should be broke too. It's okay.
Ooh.
It's okay.
Oh, what a start.
Quick, end the voting since the goal's already scored. We don't need extra voting. Oh my goodness.
The definition of selling.
100%. Skullsy, or not Skullsy, Moose, Rumble, hitting the 50. Geherpaderp, perfect cheat, able to center it. TunZ gets it cut out right in front of them. Chip saying hello to the world as he swats it away. Moose passing it over for Skullsy. It's cut out by TunZ. Still high. Rumble's not going to be able to get a great. Never mind.
What was that?
Just don't even. Just don't.
He had surprised everybody with how much velocity he had on this. This was an absolute dime and a perfect read from Rumble to get up there, get the nose on the ball, and just throw that one in from like 30 yards. And just like that, we've got an equal ball game. It's like the first 30 seconds that we really didn't cast at all. They never happened, boss.
Never. Chips setting it high, center, Rumble's in an awkward spot, can't get the touch. Chips ahoy! Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot.
Man, it is just Reed City apparently here in game 4 for Stagnant Snails. It's the second one. First, it is, I guess, the other one with Rumble. It's just everybody in the lobby, I suppose. Getting up there and finding those insane angles. Chips were 45 seconds in. There's already been 3 goals scored. TunZ is going to look to try to make it 4. Deadmoose says no and clears it out as far as Rumble. Throws it right back in, and it's that midfield pressure. Both these teams, when they're on that midfield pressure, they are unstoppable. You find a cut at the midfield, it turns into a goal. And Glacier Mint do just that. They tie us up 2-2, 57 seconds, 4 goals, boss. What a way to start game 4.
For sure. We're going to get a kickoff here. TunZ, Chips. We'll see how this... No, Skullsy gets it shoved over to Chips. That's a shot. Oh, my goodness. That quick attack right off the kickoff is lethal speed. I mean, holy cow. That was just a rocket coming screaming out of the starting gates. Instead, TunZ off the sidewall. Has control. Can't get underneath it, so they're going to opt to just try to air carry it in, but it gets swatted away. Pass center. Moose quickly just pops it up, tries to get it away from the goal box. Just can't, though, so Chips is going to try and clear this away. Drops it down. Moose with the read. Rumble with the block, though. Oh, my goodness. This Glacier Mint team really has come alive and are trying to force this to split 2-2 in the series.
Yeah, they just really are not making anything easy in the midfield and forcing Stagnant Snails to try to find those extra touches around them and just harassing them, giving them no time. Chips looking for the catch there, doesn't have it. Skullsy instead with a try just off the post. Chips couldn't get in front for the pass, and now it'll be back to Deadmoose off of TunZ's long clear. Geherpaderp throws one on Cage, and Skullsy will push it wide. We approach halftime here, still tied up 2-2. Geherpaderp maybe a second, won't get it. TunZ with a dunk, it's off the crossbar, and Deadmoose will clear it away. Once again, the Wood with another massive save, and a low boost shenanigans in the midfield here could possibly turn into a goal for the Stagnant Snails, but it's not to be. Halftime here in game 4, still tied 2-2, boss.
That pass from Moose to Chips, I thought opened up the goal and made it just free, but TunZ read it perfectly, a lot faster than I could have ever done. Double jump, popped it over. I mean, that was just poetry in motion for sure. So now, still 2-2, centered, Chips, drops it. No! It's wide left. That could have been the 3-2 lead. Yes, there's half the game to be played, but my man, I really do believe whoever scores this next goal is going to probably be taking home this game.
it is really looking like it might come down to next goal wins. Just that dagger might be enough to put it away. See who can strike first. Dead Moose is going to set it up here for the Stagnant Snails. TunZ gets the save, secures the Savior medal. Chips on the putback. Where's the defense? Everybody's gone, and it's wide open for Chips. And just like that, Stagnant Snails have got themselves a lead with 1:45 left.
We're going to see minute 45 who really decides they want this early on in the season and to really start off the season with a good note. Geherpaderp centers it for TunZ. The touch very wide, not unfortunately able to be put on. Chips looking center, Moose elevates, but it's cut out. Rumble decides not to bump or demo Skullzy. Probably would have opened up the field a little bit more for a shot from their team. Instead, the double touch Doink getting it past. No! No, what is that brick?
It was wide open. It was so open. Obviously not an easy shot for Chips to just put in, but he had no defenders to beat just the goal, and he couldn't get it. It'll stay 3-2, and hopefully that will not be the undoing of Stagnant Snails. They've still got the 1-goal lead here, so a little bit more to play with. That's a big whiff from Chips, though. Geherpaderp puts it off. It might have just gone in if Geherp doesn't get that touch, but it'll be TunZ now looking for Rumble. Skullzy gets in the middle of it. 45 seconds left. Geherpaderp wraps it around, and Chips with the save out towards midfield. It's right back by TunZ. Skullzy pops it high towards the ceiling, and the corner ball here will give us a moment to breathe. 30 seconds left. 1 goal in the balance, boss.
Geherpaderp elevates the bump on Moose, keeps him out. Oh, what a save! What a save! Oh my goodness, Moose! Being a steadfast brick wall says, no, not today. I don't care if I'm getting bumped. I don't care if you're putting 2 on. We're taking this. Oh. He counterattacks. There's only 11 seconds on the clock, and he puts him up by 2.
Direwolf live in chat. He is screaming so loud. It is all come right back around for Stagnant Snails and a Dead Moose. We said after game 2 that he didn't contribute enough, and then in games 3 and 4, he has been far and away the MVP for the Stagnant Snails. Master, look out, because Dead Moose is coming for championship number 5.
Please no.
Dead Moose is an inevitability. He's just going to happen, and it will be a 3-1 match victory for the Stagnant Snails here to kick off RSC Season 19. What a great way to start us off a great series in a fantastic 3-1 victory for the Stagnant Snails.
All right, let me reach out to the captain here of Stagnant Snails.
You're gonna get that wild man in here for an interview?
Oh, I'm getting Chips because I definitely know that he's probably the most sober on that team right now. Yeah, so we're gonna reach out to Chips real quick. My boy, Chips, I know you're probably not listening. Where's your name so I can hit you up? He should be able to just join this, right?
He should be, yeah. That's the nice part about having producer permissions, is that you can join all the voice channels and you can break them.
Ah, yeah. God, dude, I was so shook. That goal line stance. I don't care about, like, we're talking about clip of the week material here. Yes, some of the goals have been incredible. They've had great passing teammates. They've looked just fantastic, but my God, dude, to dodge the bump, get down, stuff the 50, and then say, I still need to recover.
Job's not done. Gotta get the clear. Just hand up, always making sure it's just not going in. And if I had to pick somebody that I wanted to cover my back line, I would probably pick Dead Moose. So
Dead Moose can save all of my problems. He'll block them all. We're good.
No, I need him to MD Matumbo literally all the things that are wrong in my life. But unfortunately, that is not realistic. I think that might have been Chips for a really. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Chips, sir, my guy, welcome live to the stream. Obviously, we're going to keep it PG tonight. Just saying, you guys are probably super hype after that win.
Hype is a little understatement.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay, I need you to walk me through a couple. We'll ask you some generic layup questions, and then I'll ask you to walk me through some harder ones here. So first and
Yep.
foremost, first series in the books. You guys went 3-1. Fantastic series. How did you guys get prepped for it? Did you guys just running ranked? Were you guys just running game matches in the off season? What was going on there?
There was prep.
There was prep.
Prep? Question mark. Okay, this man
Yeah,
literally just said we don't prep.
We did scrims, then like maybe a game or two at ranked, and then just sat in a private lobby and just 2v2s. Shout out
Why don't you
Dosia,
guys have
number
a-
one bench warmer.
You guys have a lot of chem, especially having played, together for. God, how many seasons is it now?
There was the end of season 16, all of season 18, and then now, so almost a year, just about on
Season
and
and
off.
change at least.
So last season, you guys were arguably one of the cheapest master teams, probably in ever. I don't want to say in ever, but probably at least top 5 cheapest ever.
Yeah, we're down there.
Do you believe this season kind of will be a little bit better than last, as you guys have gotten through some of those growing pains?
I think so. I think we can make a playoff run.
Nice, nice. Love the confidence. Tougher questions.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so earlier, Dead Moose gets a double touch to push it upfield. You're shadowing on the right. It goes to you. You have the option to put him up. I think it was a minute left in game 4,
Yeah.
I want to say. You could have put him up 2-0. You put it wide right off the backboard. What was kind of going through your mind, and how did you recover to kind of just keep your team going?
You're asking me to remember the game.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Well, shoot or shoot, and if you're me, you miss. And so we just try again. We keep going.
Just call it a pass.
Yeah, they keep feeding me, I'll keep shooting. So eventually one's got to go in.
Fair. And then I guess last question for the night. Obviously, the hype moment that sealed the series, not Skullsy, a Dead Moose dodging the bump on the goal line, stuffing the shot, and then recovering to push away the second follow-up shot. I mean, you guys must have been absolutely going ham on the VC. How was that?
We know that you were. Let's put it that way.
I cannot disclose what went on in that VC at that moment.
Fair. Well, honestly, solid gameplay from you guys tonight. Love to see it. And I definitely hope to see that translate further on to the season and see how you guys do.
Yeah. Just as long as they don't put us number 1 in power rankings, we're chilling. Because that happened last season and we fell off a cliff.
Okay, so I will make sure that Power Rankings gets a note to put you at number 1 on the Power Rankings again, because there's no way it happens twice, right? There's no way it happens.
Number 3. I'll take 3rd.
No,
Okay,
make it happen, HUD. Get him number 1. No, somebody
it
has to have gone
happens
4-0 tonight.
Someone did.
But, for sure, tonight it's been me, Bas Radala, HUD on the desk, absolute stud. And then we've had Doughboy filling in for production. Got to shout him out. But for everybody who's tuned in, I've been me, HUD. Do you have any other follow-up statements to kind of ease things over or to kind of lead them on to the season here?
Oh, you don't want to ask me that question, boss. You know better than that. No, I don't have anything to say. GG's, everybody. Good games tonight. We'll see